When cyber risk remediation feels slow, it usually comes down to one basic issue: people don't have a clear picture of what needs attention right now. There may be lots of findings, lots of data, lots of tools, but no clear understanding of what matters today. Once the picture is simplified and everyone can see what is open and why it matters, movement tends to follow naturally. That clarity improves even more when risks are tied to real parts of the business. A vulnerability feels very different when it is clearly connected to a system people rely on every day. When teams understand which issues touch customer data, revenue systems, or core operations, remediation stops feeling theoretical. It becomes practical. People know why they are fixing something and what happens if they do not, and that understanding keeps work moving without constant pressure. Ownership is another place where small adjustments make a big difference. Remediation does not stall because people refuse to act. It stalls because responsibility is unclear. When it is obvious who is responsible for moving an issue forward and what the next step is, even complex fixes progress more smoothly. Clear ownership reduces waiting, reduces duplication, and keeps issues from quietly aging in the background. Prioritization also benefits from slowing down and being deliberate. Not every issue deserves immediate attention, and treating everything as urgent usually leads to burnout or indecision. When teams agree on what can wait and what cannot, based on timing and impact, work becomes calmer. Decisions feel consistent. People stop reacting and start planning, which is where real progress comes from. Remediation is easier to sustain when it fits naturally into how teams already work. If fixing risks feels like extra work layered on top of everything else, it will always be delayed. When remediation tasks show up alongside normal responsibilities, they get handled as part of the day rather than postponed. This is often the difference between a process that looks good on paper and one that actually works in practice. Third-party risk follows the same pattern. Vendors and partners are not separate from the environment. They are part of it. When their risks are tracked and discussed in the same way as internal issues, teams gain a more accurate understanding of exposure. This avoids false confidence and reduces surprises later, which makes remediation planning more grounded and realistic. Communication ties all of this together. Remediation moves faster when updates are simple and consistent. People do not need long explanations. They need shared context and a common understanding of where things stand. When communication stays light and regular, issues stay visible and work keeps moving without escalation.